hang on to your seat, baby, because this one's a screamer. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
What is going on, Entertainment? So time comes out with another video. We're talking Real Housewives of Atlanta. Yes, y'all will be getting the intro. I planned it out to where it's going to drop mid-season, okay? So the later half of the season, we have, I believe, 9 more episodes to go probably. Y'all gonna get it in that later 9. I promise you, okay? Now, the episode starts off where it left off with Portia and Kelly about to slap each other upside the head. Let me tell y'all, if production did not come in at the time that they did, Portia and Kelly would have ended up fist fighting. Straight up. And Kelly says she got the fight of a 6'7" bitch. I don't know about that. Portia is about 3-0. She done beat up in an alley. She dragged Portia. She almost socked it out of Cynthia on the boat. She's 3-0 right now. So it's like, I'm going to put my money on Portia, not you, Kelly, because I don't really know you like that. You know what I'm saying? But I've seen Portia's work. You feel me? And that's a fearless type of bitch. So I just think that she would take the W if they were to go into the baddies world of fisticuffs. She would end up taking that L. I'm just saying. I'm just saying she would end up taking that L, okay? So they separate them. Portia is on one side. Kelly's on the inside. And K. Michelle, before she ends up leaving, she tells Phaedra, she's like, oh, I'm sorry or whatever. And she calls Drew funny face. Here's the thing with K. Michelle. If we're going to be anything, let's be real. Drew face card does not decline. Like, come on now. It's just certain things. It's like, you just got to be realistic. Like, there's a lot of things Drew is. She's a little delusional. She's a little corny. She's a little cringe. But ugly or funny looking, I remember once upon a time somebody called me a funny looking mother. And look at this. You feel me? You feel me? So it's just like, I don't know about that. I don't know about that, K. Michelle. It's just like, if you're going to throw shade, let it be accurate shade. All right? Because with Drew, you have a lot of material. Kelly's like, oh, I'm going to leave or whatever because if she take it to hell, I'm going to take it to the pits. So I'm just going to go ahead and go. So Kelly goes about her business. Portia, her squad, because if y'all don't see, it's divided at this point. Portia, her squad are left. But if we're going to really talk about Portia's squad, Angela really don't like Portia. She just acts like she does, but she really don't like her like that. If we're gonna be honest, Pinky like me, she was like, "Damn, I didn't get to eat." So Phaedra like, "Oh, we got you to go play, girl. Don't worry about that." So K. Michelle and Pinky end up leaving, and the rest of the girls end up saying, right? What Kim Phil said that season: "Are we grown ass women acting like this?" Like the fact that all of them couldn't come back down and sit and eat and finish the scene is crazy. Like, y'all knew Housewife girls are a little bit too fresh for me. All Housewives, you were forced to stay. Straight up. Okay? Kenya was forced to film after Portia literally drug her by her roots to the floor. Like, what are we talking about? They a little too soft nowadays. All right? Portia is sitting down at the table. She's still confused as to why K. Michelle's acting the way that she is. Meanwhile, we see K. Michelle talking to Pinky, and she like, oh, she's like, I don't care what Portia think that she is. She not gonna run me. And you don't run Atlanta. And you don't run me. This the problem with K. Michelle. She's still stuck in that loving hip-hop type of mentality where she think people are trying to run things. Portia don't run a ass thing, if we're gonna be honest. If anything, the person who's really in charge of the girls and that's competing for that role is Phaedra and Cynthia. It is not Portia. She lacks the knowledge, she lacks the maturity, and she lacks the bandwidth. So I don't know why K. Michelle is thinking that she's running the show or running Atlanta. No. She running to a strap. But that's about it. You feel me? She's running to a bag because she's a rich bitch. But that's about it. But running the show and running Atlanta and all of that, okay, that's the delusion seeping in slowly but surely, okay? Portia feels as if she needs to have a conversation with K. Michelle because she feels like K. Michelle is kind of making things up and conjuring things up when that is not the case. And she feels like if she wanted to scheme and plot on her, she would have been like struck. So then we end up seeing Shamia meet with her family. She starts gossiping, talking about the stuff that's been going on with the women. Her dad was not having it. Her dad didn't want to hear it. Okay, y'all know how grown old men, when they start hearing gossip and drama and BS, they're not trying to listen to all of that. If we're gonna be honest, they don't try to hear all that. All right. So the dad, you can kind of see, was like, oh my God, shut the hell up. Right. Shamia starts talking about this whole baby situation. You know what I feel about this? And this may be very controversial. I feel like certain things, God will give you a sign over and over and over and over again. It's up to you for you to listen. If you do not listen, you will pay and get the repercussions. I'm a big believer in that. I'm a big believer in signs. If y'all don't know, like, I'm spiritual. Even though people think gay people can't be spiritual, I'm very spiritual. Like, I'm very big on energy. I don't invite just anybody over. Like, I'm really big on stuff like that. And I'm really big on signs. I have very vivid dreams. That's how I feel like I'm able to predict things before it happens. Like, there's a lot of things that I dream that, like, I talk about it on Evan Entertainment, but there's a lot of things I've dreamed that have come true. There's a lot of things I predict that I've manifested. I need to manifest more positive things, but there's a lot of negative things that I've kind of foreseen and it's happening, where I feel like if you are getting a sign and you keep getting a decline, it's time for you to, like, move on. The fact that they're having such a difficult time 2 seasons on a row about this baby situation, that's a sign. So if they were to have a baby, God forbid something would be wrong with the baby in regards to the disability. And well, like Shamia is fearing, it would be a lot harder probably than that child that they actually have right now. For instance, I remember Real Housewives in New Jersey. Jacqueline, she kept trying to have a baby, and then she ended up having the baby. The baby ended up having autism, which is still a blessing to have a child. But this is what I'm saying is the retry process and all of that, sometimes it does not come out in the most easiest of facets, and the child may be affected in some way. So that's what I feel about the whole situation. Shamia needs to really think about that with her trying to continue this journey. I get that she wants to give her husband a son, but there's other ways without having to, go through all this process. Adoption is a big one. I don't know why people are so against adoption, especially if you adopt young. That's up to you to tell the child at what age that we're not your biological parent, but we're your parents. Like, there's other ways to go about it without having to go through the stressors of potentially having to deal with a child that has a disability. Because a lot of people do not realize how hard it is. From somebody who knows parents that have children with disabilities, it is one of the hardest things out to have. Like, it's nothing to play with. It's nothing funny. Like, so Shamia knows this herself because she already is dealing with it in real time. So I think she just needs to think really twice about this embryo situation, like, long and hard. All right. Next thing you know, we end up seeing after that happens, hold on. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Yeah, my bad. Kelly ends up meeting with Phaedra, my bad, y'all. She ends up meeting with Phaedra to talk about the Portia situation. Here's the thing. Kelly, you could tell Kelly don't really like Phaedra. She don't like Phaedra, okay? And it's so obvious she don't like her, okay? She's being forced to film with her, all right? It's a little fake, it's a little contrived, you could just tell. Because you can tell she's not trusting in just telling Phaedra any and everything. But Phaedra kills me this season. I know Nene is somewhere if she watches this cackling girl. Do you hear me? Nene is somewhere cackling girl because you mean to tell me that you out here being the peacemaker? Not that Phaedra has always been about drama, because she hasn't. But for her to play the Gandhi and the Mother Teresa of this group is so rich, okay? Because past seasons, Phaedra didn't give a crap about the group of girls, child. She was just like, please. Like, she was in and out, dealing with Apollo drama, dealing with this, dealing with that. Can you irritating the hell out of her? Like, she didn't want... She could have cared less to bring these girls together. But now that a lot of the drama doesn't revolve around her, that is the role that to me makes her relevant in this group. And to me, watching this show, I do not feel like Phaedra is needed. I'm sorry. She does not make me laugh as much as she used to in the past, too. Some of the confessionals to me seem a little rehearsed. I feel like she could have easily been a friend of this season. I'm sorry. Easily been a friend of. Now, a lot of you guys were saying, oh my God. One person put, shout out to Arbe. Yeah. You were in the comments like, oh, her not being able to film with the kids, how does that affect her being on the show? If y'all don't know, basically, first of all, this happened to other housewives where since they were able to film with their kids, it kind of limited the amount of story that could be told on them. And they ended up getting fired or demoted, one. And then two, what happened this season, Kelly, from what I've read online, got her peach last minute. They were deciding whether to do 7 or 8 housewives. They ended up going with 8, and I really do feel like the producers ended up having a little sympathy for Kelly because of the fact that she like legally could not film with the child. It wasn't her own decision. So I think they ended up giving her peach. Plus, she had a lot of drama this season with Portia and the girls in general. So I think that helped her out with getting that peach. So shout out to Kelly for being smart and picking with Portia because I would have did the same thing. You feel me? So it's just like it really does affect the girls in regards to their check. So for y'all that haven't been watching House Housewives as much as I have, like it does affect them. For example, Brandy from Beverly Hills, she was not able, and she's still not able to film her children on her own show. Now, what's crazy is one of her sons is going to be on this Netflix reality show. Isn't that crazy? So the dad, being a piece of crap, in my opinion, that he is, you didn't allow her to film with her kids. So we only saw one side of her, which is a drunk, disrespectful, unorganized, irritating white lady. And we didn't get to see her being a mom. So the viewers, us watching, we like, oh my God, this lady irritating as hell. She always starting drama. She says she's a mom, but we don't see her with the kids. So all we saw was one side of her. Eventually, she got cut. Not entirely because of the kids situation, but let's say if she were able to film with her kids and show her side as a mother, I can guarantee you that would help her stick around because we didn't get to just see her being in drama all the time and BS crap. And we could have seen her film some scenes with her kids and show a softer side of her. That's why I mentioned that with Kelly. So she then also brings up to Phaedra she has a man. She does not plan to bring this man. He's called Jared. This is his alias. I don't get being on these shows and I'll show your relationship. Isn't this the point for us to be in your business? But no, some things are kept private. But I understand her though. Not wanting to show her man and stuff like that. Because one thing about Atlanta Housewives, you show your man, they're gonna investigate him, put out all his dirty business. If he got arrested, he's a fraudster. If he got a baby mama, if he got kids, if he been married before, like all this stuff's gonna come out. So she doing a little smart by protecting it until it's really legit. Then we end up seeing, and also I like the fact that Kelly brought up the fact that Portia did put her fingers in her face first. She was doing this and the glass thing and all that. Like she did it first. So if we're gonna be fair, let's be fair. Phaedra also in this scene ends up shading Apollo, basically saying that when he still is, I guess, trying to gain some sort of control. Can we see Apollo, Phaedra? We don't ask for much. I just want to see Apollo. Does he not want to film? I'm guessing so. I would love to see a scene where they talk about co-parenting. I'm pretty sure, Phaedra, if you paid him under the table, y'all used to doing that he wouldn't mind to film a scene or two. You get what I'm saying? You got the coin, Phaedra. We want to see your whole life. Apollo is still a part of your life, okay? The kids are not 25 and 9 and feel me, like 30 plus. They're still very young. So he's still a part of your life co-parenting wise. I'm just saying. Anyways, Kelly ends up meeting with Shamia at this dentist, and she is getting a makeover for her teeth. I was talking about this with my friend the other day. I'm so glad I have great teeth for what it is. Like, it's not perfect, but I'm not trying to get veneers anytime soon. No shade. No shade to the girl I lost that do. Oh, but that's why I try to upkeep these as much as possible because I've heard the horror stories. I'm scared of the repair stuff. I just don't want anything to do with any of the sorts. You got it. I don't want to deal with it. Okay. So After that happens, she's at the dentist. The dude paid for it, $70,000. I guess those are how much real dental surgery costs. Is $70,000 because the fake veneers they be costing like 10K, 5K, a little bit, right? They don't cost entirely near that much. She ends up calling her mystery man. The mystery man basically said, "This is a gift to you." Where I be finding all these rich men? Because they don't be on self flow. I'll tell you that much. And maybe I really do got to go to ATL because, oh my God, a nigga dropping that bag on a girl's mouth, that's a lot of money. Like, wow. You feel me? Pinky ends up meeting with Angela to take pictures with like her children. And Pinky's daughter is the face of Milano D Rogue, which I own one of their shirts. So I know that, I know that company real bad. Uh-huh. So the girls are sitting down with their daughters. Pinky's daughter, you could tell she is gonna be somebody. Like she has that personality of like a child star. They sit down and they start talking about K Michelle and that whole situation. Real Housewives of Atlanta, please do us a favor and stop cutting scenes. I wanted to see that scene between Pinky and Portia because Portia seemed very irritated. Can we start seeing more scenes? Can we get extended cuts? I don't want to see what we missed that episode. I don't care about that episode. I want to see it in scene in the episode. Straight up. This is what I mean when it comes to reality TV. There's so much that gets cut out because they cut out a whole scene and act like it was nothing. I'm talking about nothing. They just flash back to it, right? And Portia gets talked about in this as well too. And then also Shamia. Angela feels like she needs to sit down with Shamia so that way she'll be able to like come to peace with her, but she's still throwing shade at her all in her confessionals. She calling her Shamina, Shaliar. You get what I'm saying? Then also Pinky is calling out Angela. She's just like, you know what? I feel like you're an instigator about how you operate in this group. I don't agree with this. I don't feel like Angela's an instigator. Am I the only one that don't feel like? I feel like she's shady, but an instigator was Kenya. That is a instigator. Pinky never met Kenya before. If you think Angela bad, girl. Y'all remember when Kenya was at the winery and she said, "Oh yeah, Natalie, you're the one that told Cynthia about your man Candy being an opportunist." And she was like, and she was sitting back watching this. Like, that's the instigator, if we're really gonna be honest. Like, she may throw a little fire here and there, carry a bone here and there, but like, we don't see Sheree in action, big instigator. Marlo in action, huge instigator. And Kenya in action, the biggest instigator. And you think Angela bad? Please. Angela's nothing compared to what has come before her. I'm telling you. Like, she wouldn't be able to do nothing with some of these other girls. Now, she did say, though, that, like, she doesn't really mean to instigate. She doesn't think Angela really means to instigate. But in my opinion, I don't feel like she really instigates that much at all. But I guess. Okay. So they all agreed to meet with like their ops or whatever to kind of like make peace, right? Drew has this team meeting with all her team, which by the way, like I need more people to help me out. Like I'll be trying to do so much, you guys. I don't think y'all realize it made me want to cry even talking about this. Like I be wanting to give y'all so much content. Like even doing this is a little irritating because I gotta like do other stuff after this and like if I had a twin, I would be like rich and famous. I swear to God. Because I'll be making my twin do the things that I can't do because I'm occupied. Like straight up. She has a whole team meeting and has a lot of team members, which I'm like, okay, no wonder Drew, they was saying you don't make that much in the divorce stuff. But let me shut up though, because I really could use an assistant and a manager. I need a manager. That's what I really need. Please, y'all, if y'all know anybody that is in the entertainment business that I've been looking, you guys, that can manage somebody who is pursuing it, please let a nigga know. Okay. I'm a hard worker. I know a lot. Okay. I'm trained in a lot of fields. So you feel me? I would make a lot of money for them. I just need to be put in the right opportunities and rooms. Okay. So In the meeting, one of her employees, Danny, he was very upset and he started throwing shade at the wig stylist. He was like, the wig stylist was like, like some people, I feel like they need to be let go. And Danny was like, well, you're not going to do this. Okay. You're throwing shots at me and I don't like you doing that. Okay. Because sometimes her wig be looking a mess. And and I don't say nothing. And the blogs, though, they be saying something. It reminded me in that moment when y'all remember on Basketball Wives when Evelyn was feuding with Kenya. She was just like, "You are crazy, okay? You starting to dress like Jennifer. Your weave is starting to look like Tammy's." And then they showed Tammy face. Tammy was like. And then she was like, "You whack, bitch." Like, that was so funny. All reality TV could never be beat. Sorry, okay? It's so sad. RIP Basketball Wives. When she said that to Kenya, you just see Tammy's face like, so Drew's face was like, my wig. So they arguing. Next thing you know, Freedom jumps in. Now, I'm familiar with Freedom. I don't know her personally, but I follow him on Instagram. I've seen him on many reality shows, including Baddies. If y'all don't know, that makeup artist that Natalie and Christina was beefing over, that was Mr. Freedom. Oh, yes. So just off of that little tidbit that I know about him, he's messy. No shade, allegedly. You're messy, babes. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I feel like he's very messy. Okay. And I feel like that Danny dude, he might have the wrong approach verbally, but I think a lot of things he was saying was very true because he said Drew fired you and you was talking crap about her online. I don't get Drew better than me. I have really bad trust issues. So if you were to switch up on me and start talking crap about me online like that, I'll never with you ever again in life. Because that means you generally do not like me. Which happened to me recently a little bit months ago, but like you just a secret hater. Like, what the hell? Get away from me. It's okay. I'll be fine. So Drew better than me, hire him back. The beat can't be that good. There's a lot of people that beat better. You feel me? Like, man, please. He would have been fired. I do feel like Drew needs to downsize on her group in order to get rid of the drama and also financially recoup and get better. Okay. Then we end up seeing Portia, Pinky, Cynthia, and K Michelle end up meeting with each other. This conversation was meaningless, in my opinion. Portia and K Michelle are not getting down to the root of the problem, which is K Michelle being a little bit scared and delusional about, not delusional, but apprehensive, thinking that she's being plotted on because of what happened before to her. And also, K Michelle low-key not respecting who Portia is as a woman because she's called her dumb numerous of times. If we're gonna be honest. And also, Portia not acknowledging the fact that you shouldn't have had K Michelle there when you exposed Kelly, because that automatically made her think that you some messy bitch. All in that to me needed to get talked about in depth, and it wasn't. It was sort of like a surface conversation. And that's why they keep falling out online and they keep talking about each other online. And K Michelle, you keep telling about yourself. Every episode, we're learning bad things about you, not because of the other women, but because of you. You keep telling us how your punani stink, your toes long, you got an ingrown hair. You feel me? You're sharing exes, your booty licking. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're the one that's telling on yourself. Nobody's telling on you. So it's like you're the plot against yourself. You're the scheme. Okay? Straight up. Like, I don't get it. Like, she keeps doing it, and it's like I cringe every time she do it. I'm like, oh my God, shut up. And the producers keep setting her up too. They like, wait, what they say about you? She like, they say I got long toes. Yeah, I got long toes. Who said you had long toes? Unless you Akbar V and your toes is throwing gang signs, I have never heard a thing about this lady toes. Anyways, y'all, they made up peace, whatever that may be. Shamia ends up meeting with Angela. This conversation could have went a lot better, and I'm gonna tell y'all why. Angela to me came to make peace. Shamia to me came in too hot too fast. And the reason why she did though is because she just kept thinking about all the times Angela has came for her. So she like, oh, I'm gonna get this bitch. I'm finna get this bitch real bad. But she did not know that Angela actually, I feel like the way her energy was, she came there to at least come to some sort of even kill. I don't think she came out there to be best friends and, oh, Shamia called me when we get home, girl. No. I think she came there like, okay, we're going to at least be cordial, ha kiki, like we used to be. But Shamia was over it at this point because she feels like hey, Michelle, she's being plotted against to look bad. So her coming in hot talking about your discernment is really off. You need to have discernment for your homes. You need to have discernment for Charles. Like that was too much. That's the stuff I'm talking about. Like you came in too hot. And why I keep bringing up Charles? If Charles was such this big cheater and this womanizer and this horrible man that's just slinging D around, Atlanta's very small. I can guarantee you it would have been on numerous blogs by now. This is his second season. A woman would have came to the shade room and said, I'm sleeping with Charles. I got his lunch ready. Somebody would have came. So can y'all stop saying that? And if I was Charles, I'd be very irritated. Imagine you not doing nothing. You minding your grown-ass business and somebody's constantly accusing you of doing something that you're not. I would have been hella irritated if I was him. I don't know how the husbands do it. Because I would have snapped. Because you're not going to accuse me of stuff I'm not doing, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's becoming too much. Now, Angela's reads, Shamia just cannot take them. She said, I don't lay on my back to get on my feet. I said, ooh, that's a good one. You ate. You ate that. Okay. Like you say, like, you really ate that book butt. You ate that up, babes. You ate that up. Okay. That was a really, really good one. All right. They're going back and forth. They're going back and forth. And then she's just like, so why you keep thinking I'm putting things in K. Michelle's ear? Because Shamia's biggest problem is she doesn't want to look like the villain of the season. That's her biggest thing. So she doesn't want to look like she's putting bugs in people's ear. So that way, when we're watching it back as viewers, we could blame her for why K. Michelle acting delusional and acting crazy. Meanwhile, I don't feel like it's Shamia. I just think K. Michelle really is that crazy. Okay. And then Angela's point is she's mad at Shamia because she thinks that Shamia thinks that her friendship with Portia breaking up was because of Angela's fault. And Angela does not want to take that responsibility either. So both of them have their own issues, but they're just not willing to sit down and talk about it and come to a conclusion. And that's the problem. It didn't end up right. Shamia at one point ended up getting up, child. She almost bust her ass. I said, oh, if she had fell down, it'd be so funny. I'm sorry. Shamia booty do look nice, okay? The booty is sitting, okay? And she like, kiss my ass. And she like, man, I'm not gonna kiss that one with your fake ass, okay? So she walking, she waddling, okay? And that pretty much ended the scene. They even had on-site confessionals, which I love, okay? Shamia ended up throwing shots at Angela with this scene. She said, having the last name Oakley and saying, I slept with players to get ahead is diabolical. Angela, how many players did you have to smash before one wifed you? Oh, and if I'm not mistaken, he claimed to have been intoxicated while doing so. Please don't let these people gas you up. You and I both know if I didn't run from the scene of last night's episode, I was asked to leave because the conversation wasn't going nowhere. There's always more than what you see. Okay. Now the reunion, according to Cynthia, films in about 2 weeks. Now Angela did reply back to this as well. And basically titled it Track Star. She's a runner, she's a track star. You're not gonna get really this far. Okay? You don't even know how to get a car. This is what Angela ended up saying on Instagram. Where is it? Hold on, y'all. Which, by the way, her mentioning Candy, that's another thing to me that was odd. Why did you have to say she's trying to be Candy? Because I don't think Shamia's trying to be Candy. She can't be Candy. You know what I'm saying? Candy's a little bit too G with how she moves. So I don't know about that. Okay. But yeah, she replied back on an Instagram post and said, hey, track star, I once considered you my friend. My silence last night was grace. Here's the difference. My husband married a baller. You chase ballers. We're not the same. By the way, I mentioned Charles more than all the girls combined. It's getting weird. Angela, you should have ate and said, you mentioning Charles more than the influencer. Charles, is your lunch is ready? Okay, do you have his lunch ready, babe? Like that would have been really cute. I don't think these will ever be friends. I do feel as if Angela sometimes does pick with Shamia. I do agree with that. But I also think that Shamia always comes in hot. So Angela always has to match her energy. So it's like both of them would never come to that even ground because one is always sitting already, and the other one is always has a lot of ammunition to use. So it just go boom. That's how I feel. Okay. Let me know what y'all think. This season is absolutely amazing. And we are babies.
Welcome to the house of entertainers.